Destiny back again for another video, and in this video I'm going to share a few tips that I would recommend for those who are interested in concealed carrying a firearm. Okay, now before I get into that, I want you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed, you know you want to stay in touch with me in the things that I post, so go ahead and subscribe. Also, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up because it is going to be very informative and helpful, and be prepared to leave a comment at the end of the video. Okay, all right, so I just want to go ahead and preface this video by saying I am not a certified instructor. If you search my name, you're not going to find it because I'm not a certified instructor. I did think about becoming one, but with all the things that have come along in my life this past year, I just don't have the time to dedicate for that. So I just want to say that because a lot of people get it misconstrued, and I'm not up here fronting, okay? I'm not fronting. I'm not a certified instructor. I have taught people, but I just want you to know I'm not certified by USAA or the NRA, okay? However, I do have my concealed carry license, and I did get that through a certified instructor who just so happens to be my cousin. On Instagram, his name is Fireman, and on Facebook, he is Ro Williams. And he's an awesome instructor, and he also is a competition shooter, which I plan to dabble in that once I get through what I'm getting through. So check him out. Especially if you're in the Central Florida area. All right, so I have been concealed carrying for about 3 years now, and I just wanted to share my process of concealed carrying because people automatically assume I'm prior military, former police, you know, I'm incompetent in shooting, or I have a husband that's teaching me, or, you know, they assume all these things, but it's like, no, I'm not. I'm not prior military. I'm not former police. None of those things. I'm just a woman in America who wants to be able to defend my life and my home and my children should that ever come down to it. And I just wanted to show other women that, hey, I ain't gonna say I'm a regular girl, but you know, I don't have those other things behind my name. I'm a mom. I'm a woman, I'm a sister, I'm a cousin, I'm a friend, you know, and I want to be able to protect myself just like you. So that's why I share the content that I do share, because I want women to know that you can do it too, you know. So one of the first things that I would do for someone who is interested in concealed carrying is you need to know your state laws. You need to know what you need to be able to conceal carry in your state. You need to know if you're able to conceal carry in your state. I know a lot of states have gone to constitutional carry, but some states are still pretty more on the strict side of it. But you just want to have that knowledge so that you can know what you need to do moving forward. Now, after you've done that and you gathered that information, I would do some research. I'm kind of a nerd. If I'm interested in something, I'm researching. I'm looking at reviews. I'm going to the websites. I'm calling friends. Hey, what do you think about this? Have you tried this? I just want as much information before I dabble into it. So that's what I would do. Research concealed carry. You know the laws. Research concealed carry in your state. And if you travel to certain states, know what you're going to need to get through those other states. If you travel via car, airplane, train, whatever, you want to have that knowledge so that you're never caught in a not so good situation. So once you do that, I would go down to your local range, let them know, hey, I'm interested in concealed carrying a firearm. Can I rent out a few guns to shoot? They're going to give you, well, when I went, they gave me like 5 different firearms to choose from. It was a P365, P365 XL, M&P Shield. It was a Glock 43, I believe, and it was a Hellcat. And I shot all 5 of those guns, multiple rounds, not just one. No, I shot multiple rounds so that I can get a feel for the grip, so that I can get a feel for the recoil, so that I could see, is this something that I think I'm going to be able to conceal? Is this something that I'm going to be able to shoot? God forbid I need to. So I tested out those guns, and after I did that, you know, I went with my research, and I I picked out the gun that I felt was best suited for me, a gun that I felt had what I needed. And that's what you need to know. What are you looking for out of this besides just defending yourself? Is rounds, the amount of rounds, important to you? Recoil, grip, you know, how small it is, if you want to conceal, things like that. So I did my research, I did my test shooting, and I chose the firearm that I thought was best suited for me. Now, after you do that, after you gather your state laws, you do your research, you go out in the field and you go to the range and you test them out, then you want to make sure when you buy the gun, or maybe before you buy the gun, whichever, you want to make sure that you have a good holster, okay? That is very important because you're not just throwing your gun in your purse, ladies. Those days are long gone. They never should have happened. You're not just going to throw it in your pocket, fellas, in your hoodie jacket. No, you need to have a holster. The holster is going to protect you and everyone around you from any accidental discharges. You want to have a holster that has a trigger guard to protect your trigger so that nothing can get up in there and accidentally pull it and go off and discharge your firearm. So you want to make sure you have a really good holster. I won't say I'm biased, but I'm kind of biased. I think the Filster Enigma Express is an excellent holster, an excellent carry system. I also believe in Houdini Holsters Breakout 2.0. Excellent holster. Those are my go-to holsters. You can also check out Gray Man Solutions. What's that place? Eclipse Holsters. I don't want to, you know, name drop anybody or whatever, but those are just some of the ones that I recommend and that I use. Now once I'm just going through it, like, you know, once you get your state laws, once you do your research, once you shoot your firearm and you get a good holster, and you might be purchasing your firearm at that same point, buying the firearm and getting a holster that could be at the same time, okay? You also want to make sure you have a safe. It is imperative that you have a safe, especially if you have younger children in your home, which I believe in teaching those younger children about firearms so that there are no incidents, but you want to have a safe so that you could put it away. If you have relatives come over, if you're getting work done on your house and your firearm's not on you, you want to have a safe in your home, and you also want to have a safe in your car for when you're going to the schools, when you're going to, let's say you have to go to something at the courthouse, or you have to go to any a bar, any establishment to where you're not allowed to conceal carry, but you don't want to leave your firearm at home. You don't want to be out in the world unprotected totally. You could put it in a safe in your car that is tethered to the seat of your car so that no one can come in and steal your firearm and do bad and all the things, okay? And I can do a video on safes and holsters separately as well. But these are just my top 5 recommendations for those. You hear the dog scratching. Those are just my top 5 tips and recommendations for anyone that is interested in concealed carrying. I've been seeing a lot of questions in these different groups that I'm in, these women groups on Facebook and things, and I do get these questions personally in my DMs. So these are just tips that I took myself. Again, I would not tell you anything that I didn't do for myself or anything that I don't believe in or trust. But those are the tips that I took, and those are the tips that I recommend to anybody who is interested in concealed carrying their firearm. And last but not least, you want to dry fire. You want to make sure that you are in your home dry firing, practicing clearing your garments, lifting your shirt, whichever way you decide to carry. You want to make sure that you're practiced in building that muscle memory and also building that level of comfort. So I always recommend people who are new to concealed carrying, carry in your house. It don't have to be concealed, just carry in your house. Get used to a foreign object on your body for a period of time. Just do that around the house. Then conceal carry around the house. Get used to it. And then start dry firing around the house. And dry fire is something that you should do all the time. But again, those are just things that I did for myself, and I find that they have worked, and I'm just sharing them with you all. And I think that's going to conclude this video, y'all. Just quick tips on how to conceal carry, steps that you should take, You know, if you're interested in concealed carrying or owning a firearm, period, I feel like these steps would work for that as well. All right, so leave in the comments below, do you conceal carry? Are you interested in concealed carrying? Let me know. And if you do conceal carry, how long have you been concealed carrying? And I'll just say, the firearm that I chose, my first firearm, was a P365. I don't like to always tell people that because then they feel like they have to get it. But if it's not a good fit for you, don't get it. Get something else. But P365 was my first firearm. It when I took it for the shoot, it did really well for me. I could manage it. I can manage the recoil. I can handle it. I can conceal it. It met all my boxes. So leave below what firearm you first started out with, or which firearm you're looking into purchasing for concealed carry, how long you've been concealed. Just leave it in the comments, okay? And as always, if you love someone, tell them. I love you all.